Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody just calm down!
Help!
Here.
Oh.
Take my hand.
Ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take my hand.
Leave the Constitution alone.
The peace commissioners appear today, or
State by
worse,
state,
on
you
the
can
morning.
extricate. See what is before you. See the here and now. That's the hardest thing. The only thing that accounts. We're stepped out upon the world stage now. Now! With the fate of human dignity in our hands. Blood's been spilt to afford us this moment. Now! Now!
I hear the train a-comin'. It's rolling round the bend.
You just gave up in the middle of that?
Oh, mate, when you brought up was it Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah.
I'm like,
now. CG
I'm like,
now.
where are you
Works
going with
perfect.
this, Bancroft? If you're
Works
talking
perfectly.
politics, I'm
We
leaving.
here, we're at the world stage. Blood's been spilt, metaphorically, to afford us this moment. Marco wants to know if you've got you've got a new camera. You look a bit sharper. Maybe just your internet is doing something. Welcome everybody to the show. I made a new little I call it my train wreck intro. I'm going to try and draw on stream again. So yeah, I'm not going to lie, palms are sweaty. How the lyrics go?
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Arms are
Vomit
heavy.
on my sweater already. Mum spaghetti.
Mum spaghetti. I said arm spaghetti. Welcome everybody. Wow, there's 17 people in here. Unexpected. That could be 17 too many. I'll say hello to you. We got Micra in Saniac Straws. He should be asleep right now. This is CG never sleeps apparently. Old Man Hawk in the house. Great to see you, buddy. We got Ray in here. We got Edwin. Haven't seen Edwin around much lately. Wonder what he's been up to. Although I haven't been over onto the hardline as much as I should be. I see Super Jerry, great to see. There's Mo Biggs. Hal Mo Biggs, he's come to see the train wreck. Stephen Rockwood drawing. Got Antoine, great to have you here, buddy. Good stuff. Comics Get It. Great show today. Very funny. Did you watch their show? Good stuff.
No, I
show?
missed it. I missed it today.
I was watching and I was thinking these guys have 300 or so subs. They got up to over 40 people watching. I think it could be massive. They were doing all these. There was so much effort into the show. So much effort. It's really putting
Bancroft?
a lot of us to shame.
What are you saying? That some
I'm
of us
saying they
aren't
could
putting the effort
become
in?
something massive. Athaline is here. Nicholas Gear. We got Adam Kemper. G'day, mate. Fear Lantern. Mr. Von Stugel is in the house. Moromi, ahoy Moromi. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I see some new faces. I see some old faces. Green Laser. All right, everyone's saying hello to each other, including Snowman, Old Dirty Fatty. Mo says train wreck. I'm just here to see if you beat your previous record of two rectangles per hour. Well, we're gonna find out. I've been on the coloring bug for so long now. I have done a little bit of sketching here and there on the iPad, but we'll see.
So what are you drawing on the
house.
iPad tonight, or
No, I'm just going to draw on the old tablet. All my stuff is here. Good Stuff says he is massive. He can prove it. Dwindling Consciousness. What a great name. Cool avatar too. Mike TV Dub in the house. David Feed. I like how you get different people at this hour.
Did you say hello to Jasper? I didn't see that.
I did just say hello to Jasper. Hello, Jasper, again. And Slacker High says hello from the past. Oh, yeah, because we're in the future. That's right. It is 5:35. I just finished work. I just sent off the last thing, my work thing. My work day is done. Rob, can you read this?
Dwindling Consciousness sounds like a shot at Rob.
ASDA.
I'm proud I read that without any...
you did a video today, Rob.
I did.
About the site I made that I came up with. All by myself.
All by yourself. No help. Yeah. And you'd be proud of me, Bancroft. I didn't make it about myself. I wasn't even on camera. I didn't even say I had a part in the idea, the concept, the thought, the theory was mine. I just talked about the site. That's all I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was a good short, quick. Of course, you had to click on the Shanu, which had a link that didn't go directly to the book. I've tried very hard to make sure they all go directly to the book. I've rectified that since. Now you can
very nice.
It's supposed to be the two-stop shop. So now that's fixed. And I've also added some new people to this. Let's scroll down. I don't know when people have seen it, but obviously, I had Merry Boys and War Party. I
saw you on there.
Natverse, yes, and I sold one today.
No, get out of town. Yeah. Oh, you're on eBay. Oh, that's...
Well, yeah, this is an interim thing. I thought, everyone's got their... it's super easy to put up an eBay listing. And look, 44 viewed today. I didn't know that. That's cool. I didn't know it did that. So it is working. Natverse and Blood Hunt from Sim. What the Wizard from Mandy. What else have I added? Bunch of stuff. There's some Vinny Tatamella stuff. And there's, I think there's 42 now on there.
That's pretty good. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty good.
And Gabe shouted out on live TV, news something. Which is pretty random and awesome. And I even got people saying, "Oh, I've heard about this on TV." It's like, what? What are you talking about?
That's crazy.
Mr. Von Sturgel says you should have done that video without the commentary.
This wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have made any sense.
Good Stuff says, would you do a short interview about CG Now for the news on CG News and Reviews? Yes,
of course. Would. Yes, I would. Yes, for sure.
Newsmax. You would, Rob. This doesn't want to talk to you. He wants to talk to the creator.
He wants to talk with the ideas man. He wants to talk with the ideas man, the visionary.
So you're Steve Jobs and I'm Steve Wozniak. You have the ideas and then I get them done. Is that how it works?
Yes, but you also take credit for your ideas too. So, that doesn't benefit me.
Well, there's 19 people in here. We probably should get to what I've been dreading.
Can I ask you in the chat a question though about CG Now? Is this something like you guys are excited by? Like, do you think it's a good move in general? And do you think, like, playing devil's advocate, do you think it's going to hurt the crowdfunding aspect of it, of CG?
I'm not going to answer that.
Why?
Well, I think I think it's a really good idea. Last Crusader says no, but I don't know what his answer, because you asked two questions. One of them was, is it a good idea? And the next question was, will it hurt CG? So it's like two opposite things. Good Stuff says, I think it's great. Micro says, here comes Rob with the doom and gloom. Abel says, it's excellent what you're doing. Mobig says, I like CG Now so much better than that brain dead CG mole idea. Abel says, you're giving more variety to potential customers. Jim Cox says, if I can wait to get the books cheaper here, then yes, it will hurt. I haven't seen anything cheaper, and generally people don't do that, although occasionally there's a sale or something. I didn't put it up by much. I put my price up by $2.50.
Oh,
so it's
nice.
Not much,
yeah.
But it's a little something.
Can I
didn't want it to be a punishment. I wanted it to be a reward for backing the campaign.
I mean, I guess, like, is it gonna help, like, boost the crowd funds by getting more people into CG by seeing this?
Well, potentially. But I mean, the whole idea of it is to sort of cater to that person that you were talking about that doesn't really do crowd funds. Is kind of a bit meh on crowd funds, and also doesn't want to wait on books. So it's like, just show me where the books are that I'm going to get now. And in 5 days, we've got 40 up. Hopefully that will just continue to grow and grow and grow. Obviously, I will want to, categorize it out into different categories so it becomes easier to browse.
I thought of another category that we probably want to add.
What's that?
Just like digital only, or a digital section.
Oh, yeah.
For people that like digital books.
That's an idea. American Comic says, I shouldn't think it would hurt crowdfunding given it's already fulfilled campaigns. Yeah, it's an extra thing on top. It's a way of making whatever comes after your crowdfund easier for the customer.
I guess the only way I'm thinking if it would potentially hurt is people going, why would I bother putting funds on the crowd fund when I can just wait to get it here in the store when it's ready to go? That would be my. It's just me playing devil's advocate. I'm not. I don't actually.
But that could have happened anyway from the very beginning. There's always been an understanding that you'd be able to get it later, but one, you don't get it. You won't get it first, so you're waiting longer. Two, there's no guarantee it's going to go up. I mean, there's no you're not going to see any graveyard shifts on here. Two, who knows if they're going to take down extras, stretch goals? That's up to them. It could be more expensive. There's all sorts of things that I don't think it's competing with crowdfunding, is what I'm saying.
I would like to see Malin on here, and I know he doesn't. He burns his extras. Old Man Hawk just said, doesn't he? Like, he doesn't even have any leftovers. Like, whatever's done is done. I would like to see him on here, though. That's a shame.
That's his thing, though.
That's his thing.
He gets the benefit of the closeouts that no one else does to that extent. The 40,000 plus closeouts. Fair Lantern says, yes, it's a good thing Bancroft came up with. And no, it won't hurt managed campaigns. Good managed campaigns. This is going to send me broke, says Adam Kemper, but worth it for the good quality comics and catch-ups. It's great for catch-ups. Eventually, once there's more things on there and people have, multiple issues, like I could see this with Cyberfrog, I could see with other type of IPs. We can actually have IP categories, this is where you get all your Cyberfrog. This is where you get all your Magic Cop.
This is in its infancy right now. Like, This literally put it together like last week.
Yeah, I probably spent all of 2 hours on it, but a good hour of that was me just faffing about, not really just trying to figure out the thing, not actually doing the work of putting it together. So
can you bring up Stephen? Oh, you're about to bring it up. Stephen Rockwood's comment. It's just unbelievable.
Stoneman says, I have friends that are, I think he means wary of crowdfunding. Yeah, that's the comment that we've gotten. And this is great to be able to share with them for books they can get right now. Agreed. Stephen says, my problem is I never know how much water to drink. But Michael told me to drink water when I'm thirsty, and then everything was better. I'm happy to have helped. So you don't need any fancy pants bottles,
mate,
that Rob didn't invent.
Bottle was a great idea. But I think what was it, Stoneman that just said it? I think the three major problems were new people didn't know where to get books. They don't like crowdfunding. That was pretty much it. So 2 major points.
Yep.
So they're addressed.
Yeah. And Man, I could see this in a year having a couple 100 titles on there easily.
Yeah,
and that would be a serious directory at that point. A good library, a good two-stop shop.
Can I ask the chat though, right? Because I don't think In Demand should be on there. Because
neither does Tommy.
In my mind, right, this is for people outside of CG looking in. And they may be some people that don't like crowdfunding at all, right? So to have crowdfunding sites on there may be confusing. I don't think it's.
I understand. I thought that as well. I actually agree with that.
I don't think it's hard for the creator to go and make a store, like to chuck it up there to sell copies to these people. And I don't know. Would you prefer it to have In Demand or not In Demand?
I think for now it's having In Demand. Obviously, only ones that are only shipping right now. But I agree with both yours and Tommy's positions here when you say it is confusing. Magic Cop, the Diaz boys did something which is helpful. They put that right up the top. Magic Cop now shipping to order. I mean, that's as good as it's going to get, really. But you're right. It's Indiegogo. Like, no, well, hang on. I thought this was, you can get it now. Am I back?
It's going to be confusing for people. Yeah.
So I think obviously preferable to have a web store or something similar. That's the gold standard would be to have a web store like this. I mean, that's just beautiful.
Yeah.
But just getting there is going to take some time. I think Mark Polton apparently has Graveyard Shift 2 on his Etsy. I'll have to check that out. If it's multiple copies, like I know there's Graveyard Shifts on eBay, but I don't think they're multiple copies, so I can't just very well link to that. And because if it sells, then it's not going to be there. Did Robert Bancroft come up with this idea? That's the important question. These ideas, they float around in the air. Good stuff. They're just for anyone.
They come out of my mouth and they go into Bancroft's ear, and then he steals them
through the air.
And then it does not credit me in the slightest at all during the whole period.
Phil is here. Dwindling Consciousness says this is a godsend for us plebs. Well, I don't agree with you calling yourself a pleb, but I do agree that if you are new to CG, if you're not like hardcore watching all the streams, following all the stuff, Twitter, YouTube, wherever, TikTok, not really TikTok, but then it can be pretty daunting to know like what's what. So hopefully this will fill that need, pad that area. Look, Phil's drinking water right now. Phil, did you need an app to tell you to drink? That is the question that we're all wanting to know.
Thanks, Jasper.
Everything is separate and standalone. Good. Yeah, every single one of these links goes to a book, and it's the book on the thing. Some of these pages, they have all the books on one page. There's nothing I can do about that. Like the Stuntman Comics page. So there's nothing I can do about that. They're all on the one thing. But these are all books, and some of them are variants. And so that we can really fill it out eventually. And I'm going to need to organize the site properly. Speaking of things, what is the image behind you guys with the red sky from? Oh, that's Rob. Thank you for asking. Book. Is Stravko, and welcome to the stream. Let me pull that up. So Rob is the creator of Replicator 3. This is his book. Let me put the link in the description, in the chat. Sorry, were you there? And so Rob is the creator. He's on issue 3, and I am actually one of the co-colorists on this book. I didn't do these colors. These colors are Carl Ritter.
Yeah,
the master,
the man, the myth, the legend.
That's a cover by Rob Willis and Carl Ritter together. But I did these colors.
Very nice.
I'm fixing this page. I don't want to show these pages because they're getting fixed. But yeah, that's that. We should probably. That's it. I mean, we don't need to do any drawing, do we?
I don't know.
Phil says he just packed Sumo Thori's magic cop pack to ship out. Nice. Rob invented the interweb, says SDA. Mo says it's like Rob's great-great-great-grandfather saying, I wish I had a carriage my horse could ride, and later taking credit for the invention of the car.
That's exactly what happened.
Inventor of e-commerce.
Thank you, Jasper.
People are giving it to you.
Thank you,
Apex
Jasper.
wants to know, how is Shinobi Sasquatch going? I don't think it's going at all.
I don't think it will be on CG now.
No, I don't expect so. In the
Might be on CG next decade.
CG, you wish.
That was pretty
brutal. Bloomin' Onion. Bloomin' Onion. Did someone say Bloomin' Onions?
Guess what? We took everything you love about the Bloomin' Onion and created a menu you've never seen before. Let me hear you say, Bloom
Bloom Jim says consolidated distribution via web store will be even better.
Oh, yeah, I'm not doing that. You guys, someone else can do that. Who said that? Jim Cox?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
Jim's
proper company.
The one thing, like, are you getting attacked by magpies?
There's something out there on the roof.
One thing I like about it, apart from the stuff we've already covered, is that like it's something that all of us can promote together, and it benefits all of us.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I feel really good about promoting it because I don't feel like
you're taking credit for it. That's why.
No, I don't feel like I'm shilling. I feel like I'm just spreading the love. Whereas when you shill, there's a sense of, the shameless plug going on. Good stuff's got to get to bed. Thanks for the shout out, Bancroft and Rob. I'll get a hold of you about that interview. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no worries. I'll do the interview for you.
So, Painted Death. For anyone who doesn't realize, Painted Death was originally drawn for a different format, a vertical format. So some of these panels require reformatting.
So are you going to have
I can't make this. Let me go. Oh, there we go. Is that better? Let me have a look. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, some of them require reformatting. So I need to stretch things out. That's what I've been doing as I test out my iPad, just getting back into inking because it's been a long time. Most has just add some added post margins.
I saw that.
No.
Phil says shameless plug, Lost Pages ends in 2 days.
There you go. Excellent. All right. I'm going to add a...
Jasper says at some point that page will get weaponized by lunatics as a way to blacklist creators. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me, but I kind of feel like people that do that are losing their power. Like, it seems like they've thrown a lot of shots CG's way, and it hasn't really stopped anyone. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really bother me. And I will at some point add a like a take me off this site thing if you want. If it's causing anyone trouble. I probably should get to that now because people have submitted, but I've also just added people who I know are cool and want to be on there.
Did you get any interesting submissions?
What do you mean by interesting?
I don't know. Just comics that sound very strange and.
I've gotten some submissions I've gotten about 4 or 5 submissions by campaigns that are live.
Mm-hmm.
So hang on, before I get into this, let me just, because we are talking the website, so let me just bring it back up. CG now. Okay, so the rules. You followed the rules.
I'm pretty sure someone in chat on a live stream submitted an idea to get put up or a book to get put up. Can't remember what it was called.
If you try and blacklist Bancroft, he'll just adjust the K values on the list. We've seen some creators run into some K value issues. I wasn't lying, guys. These are real problems out there. So yes, to submit a book. Okay, very important. This is, I mean, I don't want to sound like get all up myself and everything, but I'm essentially hoping that this turns into like a kind of reward for taking part in Comicsgate. Like after your campaign is done, that people will want to be on this site. So if you didn't promote to CG during your campaign, I don't think you should be on there. I don't think that book should be on there. So you can with other books, you do it again. But like, just say if you've had a book out there and no one in CG heard about it, or saw you promote it to them at all, even if it was crowdfunded on Indiegogo, yeah, I don't think it should be going on. So it says have crowdfunded and fulfilled on Indiegogo, been promoted to Comicsgate, which means it must have been crowdfunded post sort of mid 2018 anyway, and currently be available for sale and shipping. I've received about 10 books, 10 submissions that do not meet those 3 criteria, so I just ignore them.
Jasper says, question, is it free for all? Are you curating like you would when picking show guests? These are the rules here, Jasper. No,
I'm not curating based on any sort of quality or affiliation or anything like that. If you promoted to Comicsgate, that doesn't mean that everyone had to see it. I mean, even if you had a really tiny show or it was just one little niche of Comicsgate and everyone else doesn't like you, I'm sure everyone can think of people like that, and you submit it, I'll put it up. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting into that. It's sort of like, I figure, on Netflix, you might appear on Netflix next to a TV show and you hate the guy who does it. And I'm not getting into any of that. It's just, if you follow these 3 rules, you're in. So Tyler Kirkman wouldn't make the cut. Yes, I did receive some sort of fat, chunky rabbit submission, Phil, but we don't need to get into that. We don't want to encourage the...
How many submissions have just obviously not read this? Because I know people don't read stuff when I'm looking for an artist, I'm like, respond to my DMs, not to this post, and then you'll get 50 posts with people just responding to the post. They don't listen, is my point. How many of those have you encountered?
Oh, about 10 just clearly didn't read the thing. A fair number of people, about 5 have just submitted their current Indiegogos. Promoted to CG is an odd one, says Micro. I see why you do that, but if it's a super small book that wants to be part but couldn't get on any sites for people to know, well, I mean, hopefully they would have a Twitter or something that they... if Comicsgate has never heard of it, no one in Comicsgate has ever seen it before, should it pop up on the site? I don't think it should.
What about if a creator shares your private DMs publicly? Would they get on the site or not? Take a sip of tea there, mate.
I may make a terms and conditions. I don't know. Yet to be decided. Thanks for asking that, Rob.
No.
When is Liam going to submit his Boy Island book? I don't think he promoted it. I guess he did. I don't know. I don't think he probably wouldn't want to be on this site at this point. I don't think he particularly cares for Comicsgate.
Okay. What about people that go FCG? You're all a bunch of snakes, pisses off, and then comes back. Are they allowed on the site?
Well, as long as they still promoting to Comicsgate, I don't see how I can. And people have raged and come back. Quite a few, actually. One that I don't think ever has is this man right here, Mr. Sim. He's got two books up on there right now. Phil has one. Hopefully more coming. So you expect artists to read things when they understand what they read. Good luck. Yeah, I've found that. But that's okay. If I just hang on, I'm sorry, I'm getting confused here. I'm just going to ignore the ones that don't fit the criteria. That's all. I got my Rob's crossed. People did just not talk about Rob Willis fulfilling his book.
No, lots of people talked about it, man.
That's been going on for years. Everyone talks about it.
Yeah, they talk about it a lot in the chat.
I have to think about this. No, of course. You can have sky-high K values. I will still put it up. It's not my kind of thing. If your book prints just so black, I need a spotlight to be able to read it. But hey, who am I to judge? Buffalo Khan says, "Thanks for making this happen, Bancroft."
You're such a dick.
All right. Okay. We can continue talking about it, but I'm going to bring up my thing and I'm going to try and do something because I've been clearly stalling here. Baby steps, though. Baby steps.
I think, I actually think that the CG now is probably like the most interesting thing that's happened in the last month or so. So, it's good to talk about. No, I'm not thanking you.
Creators, not books. Yeah, thank you.
No, I'm not thanking you.
I accept your thanks.
No.
I accept that. And yes, melanated creators will be permitted. Do we have any melanated creators on there already? I'm sure we probably do. But, all right.
So are you going to talk about what you're doing, what you have to do?
I just set up...
Because, hang on. If you're seriously just going to resize this page and call it drawing, that's not going to fly.
What do you mean? I'm not resizing this page. See these white margins on the side? I have to fill them in with stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot.
I'm freaking out right now, all right? I'm going to make a new layer because I don't want to draw over what I've already drawn. Guys, it's been a while since I've used this program on the desktop, and I don't know what's going to happen, but let's have a look.
So it's not bad. It's not as good as what Antoine could draw.
Oh, that's fine.
These are like...
That didn't work. Why? What's going on here? They've got some sort of red... I don't know this. Oh, there it is. Okay, all right.
Phil says just zoom in and crop. I'm kind of a similar idea, Bancroft.
Phil has not seen the page I'm trying to fit this on. So Phil can...
Is this a double page?
No. I'm just trying to figure some things out at the moment here, all right? We might not even get two rectangles. Why does it keep doing that? It keeps trying to clip the layer below. What is happening?
Stephen Rockwood says, when did Mel find the time to pre-record the drawing for this stream?
She didn't. That did not happen. All right. I'm figuring out what brush size I want to use because I don't remember. It's been that long. Okay, that's probably pretty good. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna start going at this thing.
Aetherline says enlarge a net.
I will enlarge it. But if I enlarge it, then I'm going to lose things that I don't want to lose.
Ray says your command key might be set to object/layer selection tool.
Let's have a look. No, it's all right. It's all right. I wasn't understanding what I was doing. Surprise, surprise. It's fine. Something I don't like now. Yeah. Something I don't like about Clip Studio that Photoshop does is you can just hold down Shift and go up and down, like directly up and down, left and right. So you can rotate your thing and then just hold down Shift. But in Clip Studio Paint, that doesn't work. Does anyone know if there's another button that I have to press in Clip Studio to do that?
That's a good one, Mo. I was gonna say that, but Bancroft was talking. You stole my thunder.
What did he say? You got to read it out. People are listening.
Mo Biggs. Rob Willis is a slow artist. Rob Arnold is a slow thinker. He didn't even laugh.
I accept that.
Old Dirty Fatty says press the embiggening key.
There's no embiggening key that I'm aware of.
Space plus shift, says Ray.
Space plus shift. All right.
No, it's not Jim. It's on
rotating.
his old something or other.
No, not on my iPad. I've been doing that inside at night. See, because I want to draw this spear out, but now I've got to make a friggin'. If I want to draw that spear out, I've got to make a bloody special ruler. I want to make a special ruler like this. Oh, hang on, that's not right. There we go.
Smiling Bandito, laugh. Where's the joke though? Mo Biggs, it wasn't a joke. I was explaining things to people unfamiliar with the other Rob. God damn it.
Can turn them off. I'll draw straight on here. Oh, okay, that didn't work.
Steven says, just redraw the whole page.
I don't know about that.
So are you going to redraw their faces?
I'm not redrawing things. All right. This stuff was drawn a while ago. It is what it is. If Joe says I need to redraw stuff, I'll redraw stuff.
Hi, it's Joe here. You going to redraw their faces?
How far down do you reckon that spear would go? Would it go all the way to the ground?
No.
Probably it would have to.
No.
For stability's sake. I'll just do it anyway, and then if it looks silly, I can fix it later.
So what's the deal with these guys? They're like giant scorpion ass men.
Pretty much. There's no deal with them.
Sim says hold R to free rotate plus shift for lock rotate.
No, I'm not. I don't want to rotate. Yeah, sorry. I missed. I didn't explain what I wanted that well. I know how to rotate, but now I want to just draw a straight line, vertical or horizontal. How do you do that in Clip Studio Paint?
That spear looks ridiculous.
All right, that's fine. I can get rid of it when the time comes.
There's no time like the present.
Nah.
Let's have a look what people are saying. Tommy says, what is your opinion on the have a book done before going to crowdfund it? Sentiment done, mostly done, halfway done. Plan how it will be done, just testing the waters and start during the campaign. I think it's going to be on a per creator basis. For me now, I want to get as close to done as possible. I think for the majority of people's sakes, they should probably look at doing the same thing, but they don't have to. I just think it would be easier on them. Like, I can't imagine the amount of stress Ethan gets over being late, dude. Like, you know, I hear it from some of my backers and some other people, but he's got like 10,000 backers. He must hear it a shitload. Good input.
I was thinking, yeah, no, I look. I was initially thinking, maybe 50% done. But people are really upset about this at the moment. So yeah, I'm thinking, maybe a lot more. Maybe even all of the line art done, just completely done. Before we even start. I don't know. It's up to each person, because some people work for a living. So it's not really tenable that they can be expected to put out the same amount of stuff.
Antoine says Ethan should be stressed. He took a lot of people's money for that frog book. Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know. Like, if I was in Ethan's situation, like if I had 10,000 backers, I think I'd probably I couldn't handle the stress, honestly. Like, I would be doing everything I possibly could to avoid it. I would be probably trying to get my book finished before launching, just for my own sake of mind. Mel B wants to know if you've done any drawing yet.
I'm seriously getting back into the groove here, live on a stream. I mean, it's been, I don't know when I originally drew this. It would have been a long time ago. So I haven't really used Clip Studio, in at least since last year or so. So I'm still figuring things out. Green Laser has it. Yes, they are statues. They are giant statues with vines hanging over them. This one's for Mo.
Old Man Hawk is heading off. Catch you later, dude.
See ya, Old Man Hawk.
Oh, I mean, they're terrible rectangles. That one's not even connected.
Oh, all right. Hold on. Yeah. Is that all right?
No, the one in the middle, it's not touching. But don't waste your time doing this. Actually do some drawing.
Yeah.
Well, the announcement that EVS is what? Telepathic bunny commies? Can you rewrite that so I can understand it? Because it's gone over my head. Rewritten, his ending is okay. Procreate. Jim says Procreate will be much better. Rectangles, yes.
Probably right. Whoa, what brush is that? Oh, see, I keep going. I see I'm not used to Photoshop, so I hit B to go brush, but you don't do that in. And I don't have my brush resizing shortcut that I normally have. There's lots of things going on here that I'm not entirely happy about.
Paul Cunt says it would be a cool scene for a Nephilim comic. Last Crusade says telepathic, slow down, breathe, and make sense. Antoine says Bancroft, those rectangles are poorly executed. They are. They're terrible.
Oh, well. Bad rectangles happen, Antoine. It's been known to happen.
LOL, he said Paul Cunt. That's good. Mo Biggs, those panels look like panels. Oh, sorry, those rectangles look like panels in a Black Mask comic.
You don't like my rectangles? Fine. They're gone. Out of here. Use the marquee tool, Bancroft. What is this? What do you think I am? Mo said I needed to draw some rectangles. So that's what I did.
Telepathic Bunny. The news that EVS is rewriting his ending this late has caused some consternation. There, finished.
It's P. P is the pen tool shortcut. I'm remembering now. I'm starting to remember what's happening in this app.
This seems like it's going to take you ages to redraw.
No, I'm just getting my drawing legs back.
So, what's the deal with the background? Like, what is that?
That is a sheer cliff face.
Is there like a pathway in between it, or not?
There is a pathway.
Because that would look cool. It doesn't look like there's a pathway.
To find the pathway, you must be a brave man.
Is the pathway right under the statue's junk?
No, it isn't.
Okay.
Right under the dude's junk.
Good.
But you're getting closer. You're on the way.
And one says, through the scorpion's dude's taint is the pathway.
It's through his something.
Is it through his sword?
Nope.
Green Laser says he said he may just end it at an earlier point in the story to fulfill the book. He will continue the story in the next book that was intended for a longer version of Wreck Planet. I hope he doesn't do that, honestly. I would rather him finish it the way he wants to finish it. But I know that I may be in the minority. I don't know.
I've learnt to take Ethan seriously, but not literally.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the things he says on the stream. So, yeah, he has it's a great skill where he can just sort of think out loud, and it's quite entertaining. But often when he does that, he thinks he says something out loud, and it sort of comes off as a proclamation. But in reality, he was just sort of thinking out loud, and then he'll go and you hear Andrew will say, "Why did you say that?" Like he said so many things, like "I'm not CG anymore. I'm just going to be independent." He said, he's not going to stream with anyone else anymore. It's too hard.
Yeah.
All sorts of things.
It's kind of like he tells us his thoughts, like,
exactly
as he's thinking them. Yeah. What's the deal with all like this webbing stuff on them?
Well, Green Laser pointed it out. They're vines.
Oh, okay. I like the scale of this. You'd make John Malin proud.
That's actually the reason why I wanted to do this panel.
To get attention from John?
No, like I said, I did this years ago. I wanted to, I introduced some sort of scale and gravitas to the story, to the scene. It's set way back in the day what's going on here. So I like that there's like monolithic stuff back then that people either don't know how to make anymore, or that sort of forgotten knowledge and stuff. And now in our modern day, it's all crumble and disappear. Although they are finding things. Patrick Thomas Parnell was talking today about how they're finding massive pyramids in Antarctica. I mean, I don't know if any of that is true, but
it's like cool the Amazons, man.
It's like the Amazons. They're finding all sorts of stuff in there.
Apparently, and I won't get the time frame right on this, so bear with me. But early explorers went there, and there were they said there were cities as big as London, and there were probably about 70 million people there. And then when they came back the next time, they were all gone. So they thought that they brought some sort of disease and killed them all off. So really interesting.
I've heard that too. Yeah. I like, you don't have to go that far back to find people who can't do what the previous generations could. Like after the fall of the Roman Empire, no one knew how to make any of that stuff anymore. They went back to being peasant farmers.
Back in the Amazon, there is a type of soil that was made that they don't know how they made it. Like today, they still don't know how it was made. So yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. Micro says, didn't they just find a lost city in the jungle recently? Yeah. There is just like, it's all overgrown and they haven't really explored it that much. So there's stuff under there.
They found mounds in North America that they thought they were just mounds, natural mounds. And then they later discovered that they were man-made and that they were over 100,000 years old, which shouldn't happen because they say, well, people didn't come to North America until 15,000 years ago or something like that.
You know what blows my mind?
Mysteries abound in the past.
You know what blows my mind? We're looking for life off this planet, out in the universe, and we haven't even explored all of this planet.
What about the ocean?
That.
Exactly. That buried looks like a human formation off Japan somewhere. Looks kind of like a pyramid sort of structure underwater. Last Crusade, I didn't say it was aliens. I just thought it was interesting. I was like there was a civilization of people that was there before that is no longer there. And on top of that, no one wants to talk about it because it goes against what people want to accept these days as the real history.
Jasper, Replicator takes place 10 years from now. Yeah, I always find the stories where there was ancient civilizations and for whatever reason, that they've disappeared, but the remnants are still there. Like those stories that I always find really interesting. And like the current generation, they don't have any technological know-how or anything, but the previous ones did. I love those stories.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what happened with the Roman Empire. I mean, it's not technology as we understand it, but the Romans had flushing toilets. And then when the empire fell, a lot of the places that they conquered were really sort of backwater places. They just went back to peasant farmers, shitting in a hole in the ground. That's what could happen. That's what they say happened when, like, that's what what's his face says about Atlantis, way back in the 12,000 years ago, that there were more advanced civilizations. And then when an event happened, the only people who survived were the rural people who knew how to live off the land. Because we wouldn't survive if there was a big asteroid, because we live off supermarkets and computers and stuff. But people who live off the land, they'll survive.
Antoine says, Rob, we can explore Earth and the space as well, spaceways as well. It's not an either or proposition. No, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I think it's really interesting. Like, we don't know what's out there in space, but we don't know what's out here on our planet. I just think it's interesting. Stoneman says, Robster Domus is a scary thought. So this looks like it's back in some sort of ancient time period, Bancroft, not the current day we were used to in the Lucent.
Mm-hmm. The Lucent starts 3800 BC.
Looks like it's from that part of the book.
What is the Olam?
I don't remember. I read it like 2 months ago.
Yeah. Every book begins set in a past some.
Oh, does it? Every book?
Yeah, every book. So the Painted Death begins. Let me check. 1700 years after the beginning of Waking Dream. 1300 maybe. Anyway, it begins. What the hell? Things are opening.
Steam power was discovered in ancient Greece by the hero of Alexandria, and then the technology was lost until the 1800s.
There you go. They found a computer. They found a stone computer. Imagine what was lost in the Library of Alexandria. Atlantis is like the tree that was cut down by Bancroft's Barbie saw. Did you see the tree? I mean, did you see what I cut down with my baby saw?
No.
You don't follow me on Twitter, do you?
I do, but I don't read what you write.
It does really look like a baby saw when I took a photo of it.
Did you put it next to your head? Is that how? I didn't
buy the saw. Mel bought it, and she said, "Look, what should I get?" I said, "Just get the cheapest one you can get." And I think that's like $130. We've got one tree that we need to cut to pieces. That's it, and it's not particularly thick. It's like the branches are this thick.
Hang on? Did Mel buy a normal chainsaw and then gave it to you, and all of a sudden, when put next to your head, it's a baby saw?
No, it's definitely smaller than normal. You'll see here. One sec. There it is. So yeah, this part here that looks like a beaver ate it. That's actually me when I chopped the big branch off the tree with the axe. And it took a while, and it really hurt my arms. I was like, "Screw this! Just go get a chainsaw," because we have to then chop it up. I was like, "I'm not chopping all them up by hand."
You're going to take the chainsaw back and say it was defective?
It did the job. No, the chainsaw. Look at all these cuts. It was great. And then I split the logs. You can see some of them here. These are already all burnt. It took a day.
Professor Raptor says a real Australian would have done it with a pocket knife.
I did the sawing too. I know people are saying Mel probably did it. No, Steve. I did the sawing. Mel was terrified of it, even though it's so little. But when you're holding it in your hand, it is a deadly item. She doesn't even use the axe. I have made her swing the axe before, but Yeah, she's not a fan of that stuff. So, but that's it. I mean, that's all. We got the chainsaw for that, pretty much. I think there's one other log that's kind of half buried that we have to pull out and cut down.
Old dirty fatty.
Hold on. Yeah.
So you were saying she's used to having things that are smaller than normal.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we bought a $130 chainsaw and it worked perfectly. That's all I'm saying. Old dirty fatty. Mo says Bancroft got that chainsaw to slice his Lamingtons. It worked very well on Lamingtons.
Lamingtons are so overrated.
What?
Yeah, they're overrated. They're dry. They're dry.
You are crazy. What do you mean they're dry? You get
They're
bad
dry.
Lamingtons.
No, they're just dry. Even a good Lamington is dry. It's not, they're not worth it. Give me something else.
Shocking. Shocking, Rob. You disgust me. You're the one telling me I'm not Australian.
I mean, that's fair. So we've done the first pass of letters on Replicator. See you, Jasper.
See you, Jasper. See you around. She wouldn't touch the chainsaw or the axe. She doesn't touch them.
She wouldn't have bought it though.
Yeah, but it comes with a cover.
Okay. Do you think it's because she just can't trust herself? Like she's going to look at you and go, "This is it. This is my way out.
My escape after all these years." Possibly.
Sheev McQueen, a woman recently choked to death during a Lamington eating contest. Pretty dry stuff.
Ching. So yeah, how'd you feel about the letters?
Yeah, really good. It's off to the editor now. We'll have a look at it. You've had a look at it. We'll make some edits with Eric. We'll just see what the editor comes back with, and then it's going really well. It shouldn't be too far away now. I'll probably do an update again this week and just show off one of the lettered pages just to show people like it is actually happening. It's going well.
I thought they were real good. The dialogue especially.
Mm-hmm.
I gave my feedback on some of the sound effects.
Yeah, I'm not a huge sound effects guy. Like, I like them understated. I think you're the same as well.
Yeah. And I actually did my own sound effects because that's just what I thought all artists did. Like
the blammo.
I did them as I was doing the line art. So they were much more, I thought, part of the art.
Mm-hmm.
But that was also the kind of the style I was going for. Bancroft, what font did you use? Well, I think actually, Eric, I had a font originally that I was really happy with. And then Eric's like, I don't think this is right. And he picked another font and I was really happy. He picked it. I can't quite remember. Let me check for you though, Antoine.
Eric was like, I think we should try something else, which translates to that sucks, Bancroft. Pork says, next Bancroft campaign, I married an axe murderer.
No. Next Bancroft campaign, the Lucent Painted Death. All right. So the font is Meanwhile. So you can probably get that on Blambot, I'm sure.
That guy's sword isn't straight.
It's made of stone.
Okay.
It is a bit bent at the thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
George is getting Replicated 3 next week then. No, he's not. He's not.
Pretty close though. I mean, obviously not next week, but very close to being finished. So basically what I'm doing at right now is the pages that you guys have already seen, I was just getting them done to a point where I was happy with them to move on to the next page. So now we're going back and looking. Now we're going back and looking over and sort of saying, okay, what do we want to change? What have I kind of learnt, since we colored it, and just fixing things up. Hey, congratulations on your exoneration, Kyle. Great to have you. Yes. This was colored way back in the day. It needs recoloring, but that's sort of what it looks like at the moment. This is done when I was doing a much more painterly style. So, see, vines.
Hang on, I'm going to try and do some sign language. All right.
Make sure it's American Sign Language. What are you trying to say? He just says Hal chat. I don't know.
I don't know if he might not even be watching. He might just be looking at the chat. Have either of you seen Immortals? Is that the one with like the angels in it? That was sick if it is. And they move really quickly or freeze time type things. Yes. He got it. I'm doing good, Rob.
What was it? What did it say?
How are you? Is what I did. Rob just insulted deaf Koreans everywhere. Rob, please stop cursing. Yeah, and Antoine, what are you talking about that swords are bent? What are you talking about?
Some swords are bent.
Yeah, like a scimitar that's meant to be bent?
I don't think this one is meant to be bent how I bent it, but whatever. As Eric Canetti says, get it on the next one.
See, Kyle understood me. It's all that matters.
But you were looking on the internet for that.
Yeah,
I mean, I could do that.
Yeah, but he didn't. It's just like CG now. I could have done that, but I didn't. So
anyone could have done that. That's why I was like, we keep talking about it, but no one's actually doing it. Let's just friggin' do it. I mean, I'm sure someone could make it a lot better than how I'm making it. I have a little bit of web, experience, but these websites now, they're really trying to hold your hand and make it so that it's very kind of user friendly. But I'm sure someone else with a bit more experience could have done something a bit better than what I did.
That's why I didn't do it.
Up, at least.
I wanted it a specific way, with all the categories, like Netflix, like I've talked about 20 times.
Yeah, we can kind of replicate that to a degree.
But Antoine says, I said curved, Rob, and I was talking about swords. Yes, curved, bent, it doesn't matter. You're still wrong.
No, I think they do have a curve to it. Lots of swords. But I don't know if this particular sword
all swords
does.
Swords are supposed to have a bit of a curve. Antoine says, I'm happy to watch you guys do things and critique them, not willing to make an effort though. Rob knowing sign language is like Mike drawing on stream.
Who's saying that?
Von Stugel.
Look, I'm going to get more comfortable with this. I am very conscious of the fact that I'm drawing in front of people, which I don't do. So it's just going to be what it's going to be for a while. But, you know, I'm hoping that this will be the new thing that I do.
I don't know what Antoine is talking about, mate. Curved swords. Just, I mean, there are types of curved swords, but if you're saying swords in general are curved, I disagree.
Oh, God.
Eric Weathers in the house.
And Zay just got out of the shower, dripping wet. Yeah, I'll make it.
Green Laser says many swords are straight as well. The sword you drew was a Roman gladius, which is straight.
Well, if I drew that, I didn't intend to draw that. I just drew a sword, because this is pre-Roman times. You know, I guess that'll just be, that'll turn up in the YouTube video of 10 errors in the Lucent that you may not have picked up on.
Is that what you're talking about, Anton? That is disappointing. God.
Who's trolling you?
Oh my God. Hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, he got you good.
He got me real good.
Would
Kyle, what are you doing, dude? What are you up to, Kyle?
A bit more of your production on stream going forward of Replicator?
Yeah, man, I'd love to. I love all this stuff. So, Kyle, are you working on something now?
Kyle, I've been loving the colors I've been seeing. The particularly the Starry Night one with Cyberfrog and Heather. Just the Starry Night, all in green and greeny blue. That was really cool.
Check Pro Chat. Yeah, Eric's in the house doing a good job on letters for Replicator 3. Shant is here. Jeremy Burt's. It's all kicking off. Boo. Captions for Kyle from Pork. I can't say his full name. Do you want to give it a go, Bancroft? I can't pronounce it properly.
Where am I looking?
The last person, I can't pronounce their name correctly.
Pork. Hunt.
Someone clip that and cut out the middle.
Well, I made sure to kind of move around a little bit. So, why is this eraser so not pointy? I get it. I got to get more familiar with my drawing in Clip Studio again. Just out of practice. Everyone watching this will really get a sense of my just hack at it until you're happy enough with something method of drawing. Like, people get impressed with my backgrounds when in reality I just hack away at it until it looks kind of acceptable to me. And I remember when I first started, I used to do a lot more penciling Nah.
Yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Exactly. Just draw, and I mean, it's digital. This is what digital is perfect for this. If you don't like something, you erase it. If you really don't like something, you can just hit undo. It's fine.
Kyle says, so Michael, do you have any idea for colors on this piece? I want something wow.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have some light streaming in, and then them casting some dark shadows, but he
Some
would
light,
be lit up.
Some light from the crack?
Not from the crack, from above. Somewhere. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty monumental job coloring this, because as I showed back in the day, it was very flat and sort of painterly.
Oh.
But yes, I want to obviously give it a bit of something when I do it for this.
Sheev McQueen with important questions. Where will the moon be?
Right here. Big moon. Right there in front of the cliff.
So theory, these creatures, what do they have a name?
Scorpion men.
Okay. My theory is these scorpion men were once real and they've been frozen to stone. Confirm or deny?
Pretty bloody giant men.
Confirm or deny?
I'll deny that.
Kyle says, I love it when you ask Michael about the moon. Kyle, I'm surprised you didn't put a moon on that somewhere, because you put moons on everything.
There is a moon in it. It's hidden. It's hidden behind the clouds. That's casting light forward through the clouds.
Well, we all know that clouds go behind the moon.
Mm-hmm. Where else would they go?
Titans of old. Mud fossil scorpion men.
How many people are familiar with the Epic of Gilgamesh?
Gilgamesh is awesome in Fate Zero Night or Fate's Day Zero, whatever it's called. Sick character design. It's an invisible moon. Shanth and Last Crusader are very familiar with it.
This is sort of like my comic book school of cool interpretation of some something in the Epic of Gilgamesh. It's sort of like, how Todd McFarlane was drawing Spawn's cape. And he was like, just make it this crazy massive thing that's as big as a flag that you would hang on the top of a tall building, kind of thing. That's sort of what I'm doing here with these guys.
Oh, I've got a question for the chat. What movie has the best cape in it? What movie has the best cape?
Doctor Strange.
No.
I love that cape. The cloak of something that has its own personality.
It's a cute cape. It does cute things.
It's a powerful magical artifact.
Not the best
I've got to
cape.
look up Scorpion Tail so I can see how this...
Cape Fear? No. Superman? No. Doctor Strange? No. Spawn the movie? No. Do you need a hint? The Love
No,
Boat?
because it's your
Is it a CGI cape? It is a CGI cape. The Love Boat. No, it's not the Love Boat. This Incredibles? No, this question. Damn. Ralph from The Greatest American Hero. No. Batman? No. Spawn? No.
Just spit it out already.
Let me bring it up. You're going to be upset.
It seems like we have more importantly than this stupid cape question, we have a lot of fans of Gilgamesh in the chat, and that is exciting me. We even have a shout out to Utnapishtim. You know Utnapishtim, Rob? The man who the gods granted everlasting life to, that Gilgamesh seeked out. They called him the Faraway because he lived so far away. It was almost impossible to get to. In fact, I think Gilgamesh was the only man who ever found him. I can't remember if that's exactly true. But
it sounds really boring. Your story sounds really boring. I'm trying to get like a big version of it. Has anyone guessed it yet? Watchmen, Shazam, Spawn, Rocky Horror. No
one cares about your silly cape, Rob.
No, that's why everyone's answering it, and they're all wrong. Oh, my man's got it. Ryan Blue Thunder, The Cell.
Never
well
heard
done.
of it.
You've never heard of The Cell?
Sorry.
All right, I'm sharing. There you go. Bring it up. Look at this. Look at that cape.
That's pretty cool. I'll give you that. Not very practical. What's he doing with that?
He's in they're in like a dream world. That's where he has a cape attached to the body rings. Yeah. I watched it the other night, actually. Good movie. Wow. Shant says The Cell is directed by the guy who did Immortals, costume by Iko
What is Immortals? What's the Immortals?
It's a really good underrated movie, if it's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it is. It's got those sick gods in it. Yeah, you should watch it. It's a good movie. Phil says, of course, it's a Rob question. It has nothing to do with comics. Immortals is amazing because of Mickey Rourke, Best Actor. Mm-hmm.
I wish I had time to watch movies and really soak them in. I mean, it just all I think about is I'm wasting 2 hours that I could be being productive.
I pretty much put movies on while I'm working. I did the same with Malignant, which I actually really liked, but I wish I'd paid attention the whole way through. It's a good movie.
Here's a history lesson for you, Rob. Utnapishtim is the precursor of Noah and Methuselah.
I don't know these. What? I don't know.
The Epic of Gilgamesh has a lot of parallels with later religious, including biblical stories. A lot, but it was written thousands of years prior in it's from ancient Mesopotamia, the Sumerians. Gilgamesh is referenced in the apocryphal Book of Giants.
Who liked it when I was
has
asking
giant
Cape
statues inside mountain. I mean, I'm going to check it out. Sounds like.
Yeah, it's got Henry Cavill in it too.
When did this come out?
2011. It's only got like a 6 on IMDb. I enjoyed it. I thought like the fight scenes were wicked. Storyline was okay.
We get it, you hateful atheist.
The Burrowers. What's that? The Burrowers. I'll write it down. The Burrowers. Rob confused alert. Mm-hmm. It is a day that ends with Y. Cavill's first film. Really? Let's have a look. We can look that up. Doesn't look like it's even close to his first. No, he's got lots of films before. It may be his first main lead, perhaps. Vendetta. He was in Vendetta in 2001, then Count of Monte Cristo.
I've heard of that one.
First big film. Yeah, that may be true. Last Crusader. Rob doesn't even know about the Library of Nineveh. LOL. Oh gosh, you guys, you're so funny. Fallout Zone says, yeah, it's really underrated, but the visuals are meh because of so much CGI.
Oh, I hate that. What was that movie? Mel and I started to watch it. I think it might have even been a Tom Cruise movie. There was a witch in it that comes back from the dead.
The Mummy.
Was it The Mummy?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, but it was so terrible, and the CG was just so awful. It was like Justice League levels, and we just gave up. We were like, "This is not even worth the effort."
Is it the one with Russell Crowe in it?
I don't know. It could be. I kind of wiped it from my memory.
The worst thing about that movie was the female chick in it, like his love interest. They had like zero chemistry. Like it was painful to watch. Absolutely painful. That movie was meant to like start this whole like studio production.
Ray Biggs got me. Yeah, don't clip that. Out of context. Computer graphics. Yeah, go on, sorry.
It was meant to start like this whole like production. Like they were, Tom Cruise was going to do The Mummy, and then Russell Crowe was going to be Jekyll and Hyde, and they were going to go on more and more and do more of those type of films. But I think that The Mummy tanked it. I don't think they're still doing that now. Jaro says the female chick. Yeah, let me look who it is, because
he's giving you
terrible.
Shit.
The female chick. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because chicks are female by default,
Annabelle Wallace. So bad. Funnily enough, she was in Malignant. That is very interesting. Old Dirty Fatty says, huh? No sexual chemistry between Cruise and a woman? That's odd.
Good one.
Micro says The Mummy was so bad it killed TDU, which is a shame because the Dracula one that came out before it was actually watchable fun. What one was that? Dracula. I didn't know that. I thought The Mummy was the first one. Dracula Untold? That one? Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't think that was very good, that movie. Fallout Zone says, I'm still waiting for another Van Helsing movie with Hugh Jackman.
Oh, I walked out of that.
Did you?
Very few. I think 2 movies in my whole life I've walked out of. I was like, you give it a chance. I'm not walking out of the cinema. I paid so much money for this. And then it just continues, and then half an hour, 40 minutes in, you're like, no, I literally cannot sit through this any longer. I'm out.
I think the worst movie I've seen, and like not worst ever made, but just worse as in I don't understand how this is popular in the slightest, was Downsizing. That movie was just...
That's the one with Matt Damon?
Yeah. Like I thought the idea was interesting.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I saw that when I saw the trailer. I thought this was pretty cool. I had that music. But yeah, no, I heard terrible things about it.
And it was just like, by the end of it, I'm like, you're waiting the whole movie for some sort of twist, some sort of thing that makes the whole movie worthwhile, and it just ends, and you're just like, wow. Stoneman says Malignant is way worse than Dracula Untold. Dude, no. Yeah, I mean, Van Helsing was pretty bad, but it was pretty bad in an enjoyable way. Have you seen it since, Bancroft?
Van Helsing?
Yeah.
No, I never saw the end.
Seriously, unsub. Because Bancroft didn't watch Van Helsing? Yeah,
Don't
Devilfish
unsub
says...
for anything that Rob said.
No, for what you said you didn't see Van Helsing.
Yeah. And I like vampire stuff. Does he kill werewolves too?
Yes, he kills everything. I've got to say, I don't think there's been many a Dracula movie that I've actually enjoyed. I don't think, maybe the original, but anything since then is just been a letdown.
No, what the one with Gary Oldman in it? That's all right, isn't it?
One with Gary Oldman in it. Which one's that?
Yeah. I don't know. He's got these massive things on his head.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Things on his head. All right. Very old man.
Not old man. Oldman.
92 Dracula. Dracula 2000. Oh, yeah. The newest Netflix Dracula started off great, but turned to shit towards the end. Oh, man, that was so disappointing. Let the Right One In is the best vampire movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like both of them. People don't like the American one. I don't mind it. I think it's pretty good. I'm actually not that picky with movies. I think other people are. Like, I had a decent time watching the last Star Wars one, the Rise of the Skywalker, because at that point I would completely checked out. I'm like, I do not care at all anymore if the story is crap, if whatever. I didn't pay for my ticket. Give me the popcorn. Let me sit down and watch things explode. So, like, I just don't get that invested anymore. And maybe that was because that after Game of Thrones. I think it was.
Let the Right One In.
No, I'm talking about the last Star Wars movie.
Oh,
Anyway,
I don't know.
Game of Thrones is the last time I got super invested in something, and I couldn't have been let down more than like that was the rock bottom. Like there's no more down you can go.
Game of Thrones pretty much told you not to believe in anything ever again.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. It killed my faith in humanity, essentially.
Probably my favorite vampire flick, and I'll probably cop a lot of heat for this, is 30 Days of Night. I enjoyed that a lot.
I like
have you seen it?
With the vampire.
Yeah, it's not bad.
What else? I even like watching Mel and I watched Vampire Diaries, which was okay for a couple of seasons, but then it just got weird. Like I like vampires. I like the idea of it. So I'll watch pretty much anything with vampires in it, but a lot of it is pretty trash.
I think vampires for me is a lot like Star Wars, which is it's more miss than hit. Near Dark is an awesome vampire flick. I haven't seen it. Read the 30 Days of Night comic, Rob. Phil can tell you the answer to that story, Jaro. Or question, I should say. Crackhead said we need more Midnight Mass. I really enjoyed this, like the setup and the premise of that show. They screwed the end, I reckon. It just fell away. It was obvious what was going to happen, and it was disappointing. Fallout Zones says, what's y'all's favorite movie genre? Mine's horror. I love horror. Horror helps me sleep better at night.
That's weird. I don't know if I have a favorite genre. It definitely wouldn't be horror.
Horror is fantastic.
Sure. It would not be horror. I like Silence of the Lambs. But I like V for Vendetta.
So yours is Gladiator. Kind of more thriller.
Yeah, maybe thriller. I think, but also kind of drama. I don't know. I like superhero movies. I like romantic comedies.
Oh God!
I like comedies.
Who are you?
What do you mean? Who am I?
No man should ever admit that they like romantic comedies.
They're fun. I like having fun. I don't want it to be stressful watching a movie.
Crackhead says, "LOL, rom-coms? Really, Mike?" That's
oh my God, was that Crackhead?
That's Crackhead's accent.
Yeah, they're fun. I mean, look, you guys are too serious with the movies, horror movies and stuff like that.
No. Dirty Fatty says post-apocalyptic rom-com.
There is one. Zombieland. They don't make enough good comedies anymore. Like it's too, because you have to be offensive.
I'd never go out of my way to watch a comedy.
What? That would be that's our go-to. Like what do you want to watch? Go-to comedy. I like action comedies too. Like Jumanji and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty. I thought it was pretty good. Pretty
much anything. Shaun of the Dead. I was thinking about Hot Fuzz, Team America. Johnny Rando says comedy died with Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald is such a good person. You can tell if you're gonna get along with someone if you play a Norm Macdonald joke. and they laugh at it, like they like it, because some people just don't get it. And yeah,
he had a really good voice for comedy too. That accent.
Yeah. Yeah, he was kind of whiny. It worked. Should I draw another bent sword?
Well, you should finish off that sword that's not there.
What sword? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, if you want to get crazy, you could break that sword off and have half of it on the ground, like some sort of madman.
Yeah, I thought about that.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you thought about that just like you thought about CG now.
What was the This Is the End? Yeah, that was good. I like that. This is a good comedy shows too. That guy from This Is the End. I'm terrible with names. You know that guy? He was in a good comedy too. Bancroft is such a comedy aficionado that gatekeeps me relentlessly from every stream. Nonsense. There you go. That's where Mo gets his wit from. He watches Norm videos every day. I don't think Big Lebowski is like super funny.
I haven't seen it.
Super. What? You always hurt my feelings. It's great. It's like got that cult status, but it's not like belly laugh out loud sort of stuff. It's just, it's so absurd that it's inherently funny. I'm more like, I like it when I'm kind of crying. I've got tears in my eyes kind of comedies. Like Team America.
I do like Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn in comedies.
Yeah, I like them. But then again, they're rom-coms mostly.
I like that one where they go and work at Google. Have you seen that?
I think I've seen that, yes.
And they go and find Professor X because there's a bald guy in a wheelchair. Oh my God, that was funny.
Should I freehand this? I don't know.
Do you know what's a good movie that you probably haven't seen, Bancroft, because you're not as cultured as me?
You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna copy it.
Lord of War. Have you seen that?
Yes.
That's a great movie.
I love Lord of War. And what's the other one? Lord of War, is that the one with Nicolas Cage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then there's another one with Jonah Hill and another dude. Is Lord of War a true story?
I think it's based off a true story.
Well, either way, the Jonah Hill one is. And
Jonah Hill, though, that's a tough.
Yeah, I know, he is great.
It's a tough pill to swallow, dude.
I know, it's great. Just a couple of kids who just somehow land in being gun runners. And yeah, great movie. You know what movies I also love, speaking of Jonah Hill, are those sort of like movies like The Big Short and Moneyball, stuff like that. I dig that stuff. All right, let's go.
Dogs of War, Crackhead says.
Dogs of War, that's it. Dogs of War.
Are you stealing that guy's sword?
Do you have a problem with that? Do you have a problem with? I mean, I drew it in my sword.
I think that's not on. Checkpoint says Jonah Hill is great.
I think he's amazing. I think he's
maybe I just haven't seen enough Jonah Hill.
Have you seen the one with him and John C. Reilly? It's like a dark comedy.
No, probably not.
Oh man, it's kind of brutal and weird, and like it's very unusual. I think that's pretty accurate-ish.
Crackhead and Antoine are like hitting on each other or something. Crackhead says, Antoine, nobody was thinking about rape till you brought up the rapey vibes.
The castle. Please tell me you've seen The Castle. Rob.
No, I've seen The Castle.
Oh.
Of course I've seen The Castle.
All right, good.
It's going straight to the pool room.
Going straight to this. This is, I still, like, all the time, I'm like, what's this? You know, if Mel makes something for dinner, I just say, it's that. Yeah, but it's what you do with it. I love that.
Is The Castle that Robert Redford movie? No, it's an
no.
Australian movie.
I would thoroughly encourage anyone who wants to get a little bit of understanding of sort of Australian quirky culture to watch The Castle.
What movie are you and Antoine talking about, Crackhead? Dogs of War?
There's a great bit in it where they have to get these guns over the thing, you know, from one place to another. And they just, I mean, they're in the middle of nowhere in, you know, Kandahar or something. And, you know, they cross this desert to get the guns. And, you know, they literally, I mean, they're having to keep ahead of all these people who are trying to kill them and stuff. And they get it to the guy at the end. And they're like, you two brought these guns here by yourself? I'm like, yeah. Through the triangle of death? They're like, yeah, triangle of death. It's good stuff. You should see it. It's a good movie. If you like God of War, you'll like that.
Micro says, didn't Gandolfini do a movie called The Castle, or is this the same one? Yeah, he did something like that, but no, this is an Australian comedy movie. It's kind of like the Australian comedy movie that, you know, every Australian has seen. Old Dirty Fatty says, I don't know if I agree with Shane's favorite comedy, Schindler's List.
I like Schindler's List, but you know, it's not something I'd probably sit down and choose to watch.
The Last Crusader says, I always assumed you guys had two movies, Mad Max and The Rescuers Down Under.
Oh, what?
What's The Rescuers Down Under?
I don't know. But Australia has a massive movie industry, and we've had some cracking films. We've had some stinkers too, but no, we get a lot of movies. Chopper, great movie.
You know what the best Australian movie is of all time?
BMX Bandits.
BMX Bandits. How did you know?
I just knew that would be something you would say.
BMX Bandits.
Ah, Poe.
That was just,
man.
That was...
I will watch that religiously.
I take that back. Do you know what the best Australian movie of all time is?
Go on.
Sirens.
Sirens. Is that the one where you see Nicole Kidman naked?
Elle McPherson, Kate Fisher, and the other one.
I'll take your word for it. I mean, I saw Elle McPherson naked when I went into my brother's room and found his copy of Playboy when I was a young lad. I inherited that Playboy, by the way, when he moved out. He left it there.
Pages all stuck together.
They weren't, surprisingly. I wonder what happened to that. My mum probably found it at some point and got rid of it. I didn't really try and hide it that well.
Last Crusade says, what? You don't know The Rescuers Down Under? It's a fantastic animated movie from my youth. Let your kids watch it. It might make you cry. Sorry, dude. We're not about feelings here.
Speaking of Australian animations, you Bluey today, did you know?
Yes. Actually, I did. I didn't pay attention, but Phoenix is like, what's this one? We haven't seen this one. I'm like,
It's all new now. There's the new season. They'll be coming out every week or whatever.
Fantastic.
So,
If you guys have kids that are young kids, not teenagers, younger than that, do yourself a favor and watch Bluey. It is the best animated kids show that's ever been made. And
it's a
one
big
of the
call,
best,
but I agree.
It's one of the best things about it is the dad who's a dog. He's not an idiot. He is probably the better parent out of the two, which is very refreshing.
He's actually a great dad.
He's a fantastic dad.
Like, he's a little too good,
Oh, The Loved Ones. That was a great horror movie.
Rob, is what I'm doing, is that okay with your sensibilities?
No, not at all.
Getting
but
the same
I've
length?
moved on.
Now look, they're the same.
I don't understand why there are lines in the sword. Why are there vertical lines on the sword?
Like this too, on this guy's leg, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here.
No, I get that, but it doesn't look right. The Loved Ones, I can't remember what it was exactly, but isn't
No Biggs, that's an excellent sword on the cob.
Mm.
I love a good corn on the cob over on the Barbie.
It doesn't look like statue lines, Bancroft.
Oh well. Well, luckily, people will linger on this panel a good 2 seconds and move on without studying the intricacies of my statue building abilities.
Are you going to put some sharpness on the end of the sword at least? It looks like some sort of stick.
I see why I don't draw on.
Yeah, you've got to change the lines, man. Just add some more like diagonal squiggly bits on the lines, please. It's going to do my head in.
Rob, you're doing what we talk about when we were coloring the Lucent, where you're doing some coloring, and then someone will come in and say, "Oh, you should like put some highlights on that guy." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not up to that yet."
Yeah, but I mean, just do it for my sake. It's fun.
The treatment on the sword will look very similar to this.
Okay.
Sword, okay. When I get to it, I will draw the signs at my own
crackhead
pace.
You stay on my side. You don't go on Michael's side. Stephen Rockwood says, Michael, listen to Rob. He's a great artist.
I know, right?
Gosh. Mate, it's going to get hot this summer. I can already feel it.
What? No. It's going to be cold. Cold summer.
What the hell are you talking about?
You know what I thought we should do, by the way? Because I'm very close to sending out my last art page. And when that happens, you know what we're doing?
Shuey.
I thought, let's go down. We can stream this too. Let's go down to Big W. Because I was thinking, what's a really Australian department store?
Big W?
Yeah. That they
How's
wouldn't
that
have.
A big Australian department store?
Well, because they've got Kmart, they've got Target. I don't know if they're the exact same company, but it's not going to impress them. Like, we'll go to Big W. I used to work at Big W too. Let's find a pair of gumboots. I'm hoping we can find ones that with an Australian flag on it. And then we'll both do shoeies out of Australian flag gumboots.
Okay.
And make a thing of it. What do you reckon? Good idea, bad idea?
Sounds fantastic. It's like a Kmart. Big W is like a Kmart.
I worked there. It was my first job. I was
Target.
19 years old, stacking shelves at Big W. And no one calls it Big W, by the way. I was just being an idiot. Yeah, I used to work in the toy store. I got to know all the different toys. And yeah, you know, it's just it sells clothes, toys, gardening. You know, it's just one of those stores. I don't think it's quite like a Walmart because it doesn't sell that much.
Anton says, no, to do a proper shoe, you need to use the shoes you wear in Bancroft.
Oh,
Bancroft drinks from Rob's shoe and vice versa.
No, that's not happening. You know, you can do shoeies out of thongs too. You just hold the thong there and you pour it like that. Obviously, you lose
lame.
a lot. Yeah,
that's pretty lame.
Last Crusader wants some monitor lizards. We have iguanas and those.
Saw a blue tongue yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what we saw? I'm going to show you this. We have this out in our backyard. We have a cocoon hanging in our blackberry tree. It's quite a big cocoon. It's actually, and then I went there to look at it and I see it's open. I'm like, oh my goodness, is the butterfly flying out? No. Its head was out there and it was poking its head out and it's chomping on leaves. I'm like, what the hell is that? We Google it.
It's death.
It's a Saunders case moth, also known as a bagworm. Let me show you this thing. We have this in our backyard right now. The kids call it Fluffy. It's essentially, let me pause it here. I'll share my screen.
If you're going to get an Australian lizard, get a frill neck lizard. They're really aggressive, Mo.
So we have this thing in our backyard hanging on our blackberry tree. It makes a sleeping bag essentially out of silk and twigs, and then it just carries it around for its life. That's what it lives in. We have
that looks
this.
So
it
gross.
looks exactly like this, and it sticks its little head out, its little body out, and it eats flowers and things like that.
So it doesn't ever leave that, or it leaves it and comes back?
This is the male. It will eventually grow wings and become a giant. It looks like some kind of hybrid between a bumblebee and a moth, and it will fly around. It's got a big long tail. It'll find a female sleeping bag, stick its long member down the bag, and impregnate the female. I've been learning all about it.
Dade says it's called foreskin, Michael.
Look, it crawls around with this thing for its whole life. The female never leaves it. It's called a bagworm. Or
Old Dirty Fatty says, looks like the world's oldest condom.
Check out the male. Once it's fully, once it's able to mate. Check this thing out. I mean, this is pretty wicked. Hold on a sec. Imagine you see this thing flying around. Let me bring it up. It is super cool, isn't it? And we can just go out and look at it whenever we want. It's sleeping at the moment. It's mostly nocturnal.
Oh no.
Check out this is the thing that goes around to impregnate the ladies. That's what it ends up looking like. See what cool. I say? It's a cross between a kind of a moth and a bumblebee and pretty freaky, huh? Pretty cool. Yeah, we do. It's some strange animals in Australia. This lives all across the East Coast, which we're on. Actually, a lot of them live down here in Victoria.
That's a blue tongue lizard. So they're really funny. The one I saw has got such tiny legs. It looks like a slug with little mini legs. And they're called a blue tongue lizard because they have blue tongues.
Lots of kids have blue tongues as pets.
Mm.
because
they're very cool.
Yeah, they're very unaggressive and
You
docile, and
you often mistake them for snakes, though, if you're not paying attention.
There's what's that? The stumpy tail lizard. It looks like it's got two heads.
Mm-hmm.
It's a defense mechanism so that if a creature
maybe it
comes
was
to
a stumpy tail. Actually, now that you say that,
there's a 50-50 chance it'll bite its tail instead of its head.
it might have been a stumpy tail.
50-50 is
Yeah,
better
it
than
was a
nothing.
stumpy tail. Now you said that.
Danky Frankie, thank you so much for hanging out. It says, Michael, I just started drawing 3 weeks ago. I'm having the darndest time creating the egg shape for drawing heads. Any tips? I looked at Loomis's book. It's hard to figure out. That is muscle memory. And I have a hard time with that too. Just ask anyone in this chat. I love Loomis. That's how I got into the first thing I went to when I started drawing comics. I don't have any advice other than what Todd McFarlane did. Was like anything he found hard to draw, he'd just draw it 1,000 times. I took to it quite quickly, I think, just because I'd been drawing for so long. But Antoine agrees. Antoine is another great artist. He says, yeah, it's a great reference. It's a good technique. Just practice. It's muscle memory. There,
Stumpy tail. Yeah.
Yeah. So if a dog comes along and wants to, they'll want to bite its head and neck, there's a 50-50 chance they might bite its tail, and then they can get away.
Yeah, and we have skinks here too that they just let their tails go. Like they just detach their tails and regrow them. How crazy is that?
There's also the that spiky dragon thing. I was sliding down on a slide at a school, on my school slide when I was a kid. And I was halfway down when I noticed at the bottom there was a spiky dragon lizard waiting for me at the bottom. And you're 5 years old, you're in short school shorts, and you're going ass first towards this thing. They look like this. What do? You're on the slide. Velocity is engaged. Entropy is happening.
These are the ones that actually look like dragons.
Yeah. This thing is waiting for you at the bottom of the slide. All I did, the only thing I could do is just roll off and land on the ground. Probably 5 feet, which is a lot for a little kid.
Look at that one there.
Look at this guy. That's Lord Crackhead as a lizard. He's had a few.
Look at the one next to it though. Doesn't that look like a dragon, like a miniature dragon? It's crazy.
It? Oh, that's how they called it.
You know what I've been watching on YouTube recently? Bug Wars. Have you ever watched Bug Wars on YouTube?
No, I've not. No, oh, actually, maybe I have. Is that a guy who just has all kinds of aquariums, or is that more of a?
Oh no! It there's a whole.
I watched a guy who does ant things.
Yeah.
He creates these massive Game of Thrones-esque narratives out of his ant colonies. It's very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Mo says Bancroft wears school shorts and travels ass first. His motto is, "It's not gay if it's an accident." I got the name of the show Mel was watching wrong the other day. It wasn't American Pickers. It was Swap Shop on Netflix. And this is the guy who looks like Joe Fulton here. Looks like Joe, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we say, oh my God, it's Joe Fulton. But this is the show. It's quite fun. And all these guys, I mean, this guy here, you need subtitles. He's like, yeah, I'm going to find out, like that. So I don't know exactly where they are. I mean,
I said.
Check him out, He sounds exactly as he looks.
What's up, Dive Ninja?
All right. We've been going 2 hours. Look, I got more done than I thought I would. Not much, but I sort of got into the swing of it eventually. It started off slow. This background is going to be super easy because it's just you just kind of hack at it with the perspective rulers.
You're just going to cut and paste it, aren't you, from what you've already done?
No, I'm not going to do that. I said it's quite easy. Look, I turned this perspective on like that, and then where did I do it? Was it there? Yeah, you just. But I have to get back. I have to get used to the pen tool in Clip Studio again because I'm not as used to it as I once was. But they won't take too long.
For you got an absolute shit ton of work done.
Like that. See? And that's all stuck to the thing. I don't know if I have it that elongated though, because that's a bit extreme. But anyway. Yeah, I'm happy with that ish.
Are you gonna have are you gonna be able to see the top of the cliff at the top or no?
No, that's gonna be cropped off. Like I don't know exactly how it's gonna crop, but probably something. Oh, hang on. Yeah, something like that, and then something like that. And there'll be more vines and stuff, obviously. And then I don't even know exactly how far on each side. However it fits on the page. I've already laid out the page, but I'm just kind of you always give it a little bit extra in case you want to change it later. I guess this is all the drawing that Mel could pre-record then. Stephen.
God, that'd be so funny.
I've got
that
the
was
pen
true.
here. It's right here. Stephen, look at this. Hold on.
If you
this
write
is for you, Stephen. This is for all the doubters and the haters. I don't want to get his name wrong.
Dude, just writing his name is not satisfactory.
Is it an E or an? It's an E. Stephen Rockwood drawing. There, Mel couldn't have possibly known to do that.
Unless she's listening to the stream and controlling her iPad from inside the house. I mean, it's quite clearly she could have done that.
No, didn't happen. I had fun. Did you have fun, Rob?
Yeah, I always have fun on these streams.
Good.
Dive Ninja says, congrats on CG now, Rob. Thank you, man.
What? Who said that? Dive Ninja?
Mm-hmm.
Outrageous. Yeah. Well, where is it? Oh, Bancroft.
I read that wrong.
Thank you, Dive Ninja. Now draw a dick. No, this is it. Pen is going down. I'm actually going to go. I'm actually might continue this inside tonight and try and finish it while watching TV or something. Mel is listening. Yeah, she did not draw this. We've seen Mel's drawing capabilities.
Are you going to watch Gossip Girl? Is that the plan for tonight?
No, I can't watch those shows that Mel watches. She does love Gossip Girl, that sort of stuff. But no, I don't know what we're going to watch. We'll find something. We've watched everything that we had to watch. And I can't watch a lot of these good movies where you have to pay attention because I'm looking at my screen. So we'll figure it out. Wait, before you stop the stream, I'm leaving. Okay. See you, Large Crusade. Thank you to everyone. Wow, 30. I didn't check how many people watching the whole time. 38 people. Thank you so much for hanging out.
That's nice.
This will be a weekly thing. You can see Painted Death take shape over the many, many, many months to come. And also, more importantly, we'll just be hanging out and chatting and can just chill out. So thank you, Rob, for hanging out. I need an intro. I need an outro. Okay, this is a great outro. All right. We'll see you later, guys. Make sure you sub to Rob's channel, The Replicator, because we'll be back talking CG topics on, it's Wednesday night for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, in a couple of days. Just make sure you sub to Rob. All right. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
And it's gone.